Do you recognize this design? If not, what about now? This is the iconic design of French designer Louis Vuitton. In 1896, Georges Vuitton created the pattern for his father, and it has been adored on purses, luggage, and shoes since. The Louis Vuitton logo is more than just a fashion statement, and I'm going to explain why. I'm first going to discuss the difficulties Louis Vuitton had with other designs used for a popular item of the time. A second important aspect is how and why Georges Vuitton created the pattern. And third, I will talk about the popularity around the design. So let's go back to the beginning. There have been Louis Vuitton counterfeit issues from the start of his business. The product of his original counterfeits was the Trianon gray trunks that became popular in the mid-1800s. They were simple, easy-to-stack trunks that were the first of their kind with a flat top and bottom, and due to their increasing popularity, this made them a target for imitation. To make it more difficult for imitators, Louis Vuitton debuted a new design for the trunks. He debuted the Rayé canvas in 1872. And unfortunately, this simple red and white striped design still fell victim to counterfeiters. Louis Vuitton struggled with counterfeit problems since the start of his business. The Trianon gray trunks that became popular in the mid-1800s for the design became an easy target for imitation. Louis Vuitton thought that the Rayé canvas design would make it difficult for imitators, but unfortunately, this design still fell victim to counterfeiters. This is when Georges Vuitton created the design we know today for his father. Louis Vuitton's son, Georges Vuitton, created the iconic design today to prevent counterfeit items from being created. The pattern was inspired by Japanese flowers and his father's name. According to Icon, the design was inspired by Japanism of the Victorian age. He creates a unique motif with flowers and geometrical symbols together with the LV initials. And you can see that in the original image I showed. The LV is the Louis Vuitton initial, and then these are the Japanese flowers that are described as the Japanism of the Victorian age. Louis Vuitton's signature and the flowers became a trademark symbol for Louis Vuitton products. At this point in time, the intricate monogram was thought to be too difficult to replicate, and which at the time it was. Imitators of the trunks decreased, and between 1897 and 1905, the monogram was registered and patented. Through Georges Vuitton's creation of the iconic pattern, at the time it did prevent counterfeit items from being sold. The design was too difficult for imitators to replicate, and this gave Louis Vuitton enough time to register and patent the design. Ironically, today, there are thousands of Louis Vuitton products counterfeited due to how over the last century these products have become so popular. Throughout the last century, the 1896 pattern has become extremely famous. According to Lifestyle Asia, the Louis Vuitton pattern reached international fervor during the advent of the fashion magazine. Products adorned with the pattern were seen on popular magazines like Vogue and became the luggage of choice for multiple celebrities. The 60s were the start of this popularity. Audrey Hepburn is one of the famous celebrities that had multiple Louis Vuitton bags with this pattern. She even had a bag created for herself from an original piece of Louis Vuitton luggage that she wanted to use for everyday use. To this day, Louis Vuitton products are still being counterfeited. According to Racked, Louis Vuitton is now one of the most counterfeited brands in 2017. In 2008, Louis Vuitton's parent company, LVMH, found that 90% of the Louis Vuitton bags selling on eBay were fake. Ironically, the design was created to prevent counterfeit, is now being counterfeited due to its increasing popularity from celebrities, magazines, and the advancement of technology. In conclusion, the Louis Vuitton logo is more than just a fashion statement. I first spoke about the difficulties Louis Vuitton faced with other designs popular for the time. My second point was how and why Georges Vuitton created this pattern. And finally, I spoke about the popularity around the design. Next time you look at a design or logo that has been around for decades, ask yourself, is there a reason behind this design? For all you know, it may not just be for a fashion statement. There might actually be a reason.